Welcome, everyone. Here's an interesting tool from a company that's been around for many, many years, selling alternative technologies. And you can find them online. They have a lot of interesting stuff. I'm not sure what to say about them. They do have some interesting stuff. Here's one of their unique tools, alteredstates.net. They're out of New Zealand. Their prices are okay, but shipping and, of course, import taxes, particularly into Europe and other places, is very high. What this is to balance your chakras, and you lay this on basically your chest, and I guess you could move it up and down your chakra areas, but it puts in a certain frequency for that particular chakra, and it'll run through all of these, or you can now you can see it shows you the hertz. Here's the root chakra, 194.18 hertz. Now that's supposed to be the chakra frequency for the root chakra. Then it goes to the other ones here, as you can see. And this will actually post go through all of these, or you can go through them individually. And you generally just leave this on your chest, or you can kind of move it up and down, but it puts out this frequency. So your third eye chakra, which is 221.23. Now, I don't know if these are correct or not. As I said, they have a lot of interesting technologies there. I generally don't overly recommend them. They're not overly cooperative people. I've contacted them a few times fairly unresponsively. But they do have some interesting actual devices like this. Now, I've used this on and off, but not long enough to say if this works any. But I did use this for about 10 days straight and really didn't notice any difference again. And that's the problem with all this stuff. So does shooting that frequency into your body stimulate that chakra to work better or to open them up? Well, it should help, but it's too soon to tell. I'd have to do a much longer research on all of this stuff to figure out how it works. Now, you could also use something like this by sending the energies to a particular target with your radionic machine. Now, so, I mean, you could put this on top of your in plate here. This is a small one, but tune the person's frequency in, and it's going to have this Hertzian frequencies go through your machines. Now, these machines don't pick up Hertzian frequencies very well and don't broadcast them very well, but here's an interesting way to use it. But this is supposed to be used on your bio body, so to speak. And you send this energies into you, and if you stimulate your chakras, or, most people's chakras are not working at the proper level. Just about everybody, their chakras are closed down by about 60%. Your third eye is closed down usually 70 to 80%. That's normal because you're not using these properly. There's toxins in the body. There's all sorts of things that do that. And it's all about having a cross condition. When you're crossed or have blockages in life, well, your third eye and your chakras keep decreasing in effectiveness. You could kind of add that up to they're decreasing in the fact of your general health. As people get older, their general health doesn't work either very well. So having something that stimulates the chakras would be good if this works. I'm trying to remember what this costs. This is, I think, about $150. Now you can see how it changed. Now it's going to run through all of these. So this is the regular running. So you place this on your check, now it's here, and then you will see it go here, and then we'll see it go around again. So that's how it works going into the different frequencies, and that's all it's doing. It's pumping that frequency in. And you can see on the other side here, and I guess this has some contact information on it. Made in New Zealand by Altered States, altered-states.net, and there's even a phone number here. For those that want to check out their technology, they sell the SC5. They sell a lot of other things of questionable value. But, it's an interesting company, and they must be around for like 50 years. And their quality of making something, this is a good quality. It seems to last. It's strong. You can feel the heavy electrical coil inside here. It has a standard nice little plug here. That plugs into your normal circuits, and it'll work anywhere in the world because it's a multi-currency thing. 120 to 240, whatever it is certainly a cool little thing. But anything you can work on your chakras now. Chakras are very important. If you want, there's ways of looking at them as spiritual energy areas, but this is how the energy through the body works. And if your chakras aren't working well, guess what? You're not going to have strong psychic abilities. You're not going to have good energy to project into your machines, your energy cells, and everything else. Chakra energies are very important, and we're working on coming out with other things. We do have an actual energy cell, one of our classic type cells. I don't think I have it sitting here right now, but it's one of these types of cells that we offer that is for the chakras. We have one for the third eye. Now, these are areas that people overlook. We have what we call the Trinity, which is an uncrossing, a curse removal or negativity removal and protection cell, and we have a chakra third eye cell. Now, these are very critical. These are all the energies within the bodies and protections you need to function at a high biophysical level. And if these are not functioning at the highest level, guess what? Your results become poor. That's how this area gets so complicated and why people don't get the kind of results they want. This is where training, opening your third eye by doing psychic gym exercises is critical. You just can't push that anymore. If you're not doing that, you're not opening it up, you don't have a flow. So it's like kinking a water hose. Yeah, the water comes through, but if it's kinked, it's going to be decreased. And if it keeps being kinked, you can actually cut it off, and that means you'll get no water. So it's very important to keep the third eye open as much as you can, the chakras flowing, and of course, make sure if there's any kind of toxic cursing energies, and these come from many areas, people just thinking bad about you, direct attack, psychic warfare, well, you need something to remove those and protect you. You also need a general uncrossing. Everybody is crossed, meaning how much blockages do you have? It's not whether you have blockages, everybody does. What is the extent of it? And life itself creates these blockages, and this means you're crossed, and that means you have all these blockages, and at the very least, it means you have to work 3 times, 4 times harder for success, or you just don't have much success. You don't have a high level of manifesting because of these different conditions. And all of them come together to the same thing. This is what you'd call your bioenergetic, subtle physics, energy body fields, which are not physical whatsoever. They are energetic in nature. Everything goes from the energetic or the non-physical into the physical eventually. That's how the world works. Anybody who knows anything about energies knows this, Tesla, etc. I believe even Einstein agrees to that. Not sure. But this is an interesting, as I said, what I like is it's so super easy to use. You just lay it on your chest, and you could hold it over different areas of your body, but the frequencies are going to change. So you generally put this on your solar plexus, let the let the energies float through you, and just go through the hole. I'm not sure how long it takes. I think it's like 20 minutes to go through all these, but you don't have to do anything. All you do is sit there in front of the TV or listening to something, place this on your chest, and let it run the frequencies through you. And this will stimulate the chakras. Now, what it does long term, do the chakras stay open? We don't know. It's like acupuncture, which I'm a big fan of, but acupuncture is about meridian energy flow. So you got to open up these energy flows. And if you don't do that by the use of needles virtually daily for long periods of time, the meridians don't stay open. Now, does this stay open? For how long? If you use this every day, do they eventually do that? But any kind of stimulating or adding energy through the chakras, and this is an electronic way of doing it, which of course we Westerners love, and simple is, it's on my list to use. That's why I bought it. You can check this out and see what their latest prices are by going to their website and figuring that out. So in general, it's untested to know what it can do, but certainly I like anything that has to do with this kind of energy and clearing your chakras out. It doesn't seem, the on and off button doesn't seem, oh, it does work. Okay, it worked. See if we can get it back on. There we go. So it has an on and off button. That's about it. You plug it in here. And then, of course, you can set it for going to different chakras if you want to work on one particular one. And it certainly is an interesting machine. So I will report back on this and the magnetic pulse device that I recently showed as well to see what kind of results these things produce. This is important so you know a lot of people don't waste their money on products that are kind of worthless, which we found recently with some products. Other things like this are hard to tell, and we recommend people, if there's some validity to it, to try it yourself. But we want to save people a lot of money. If it doesn't work, well, why bother doing it? And we have to start getting down to treating these products like any other products. Do they work or not? This is an electronic device pulsating frequencies in you. This is not some subtle energy device where it's difficult to define results from, meaning radionic type machines. So does it work or not? The same thing with a magnetic pulse. Did that magnetic pulse help you or not? Plain and simple. And this is something that you have to use for at least probably 90 days carefully and daily and find out, well, did this work? Did you get any different effects from it? Do you feel better? Is your psychic power stronger? Are your physical well-being better? Do you have anything to judge that by, meaning your blood pressure, your blood sugar? These are a way of testing things. Are they working? Because if something is working, you should see noticeable results in your basic vitals, which is blood pressure and blood sugar. You should notice that there are positive effects here, or at the very least, you're feeling better. And I think we can all feel better. We can all have more energy and everything else. If you're a person who feels great, well, it's very hard to judge these things. But if you're not, which I think most people fall into the categories that they're doing okay, well, is this accelerating anything you're doing, just like the actual alchemical atomic gold powders? Are they working? And are they working psychically, physically, etc.? So the same thing with this. Do you notice better psychic use? Can your pendulum be better because your chakras are open? Do you feel physically better? These are all the things that you're looking for. And of course, as I said, the classic vitals. If something is really working for you and your chakras are opening and they're humming like a fine-tuned machine, well, that means you should be feeling a lot better, and your vitals should show that. Your blood pressure probably should go down. Your sugar should go down. All that should go down and be noticed as some area if you're using this technology. So we have to really judge it. Let's go give it the old pendulum test here. I hope... Now, the frequency being put out here is just the first one. Let's move this back. But is this unit helpful for most people to open their chakras? And that's a big yes. Let me put my hand on this. Is this something that I should use daily? Yes. So this is something that would be generally good for me. Now, just because it's good for you doesn't mean it's going to make major changes. We can ask that. What an interesting question we can do there. Will this make major changes in my vitals? Here's another neutral. We don't know. It means you have to try it to see it. And it's unknown whether this is going to make any major changes, which is interesting. You have to try it and see what happens within your bioconsciousness if it will actually do it. So, having good energies, using it daily is different. Is it effective for me personally? Is the question. So things can be neutral, things can be positive, but not make major changes. These are all the trickiness in asking the right questions. So that's the type of things you want to try and refine. So when you ask questions and so forth. So it's an art form to test something, and what questions do you ask? As you can see, it's now changed to the next level there, and it will keep going down as it cycles through all three of these. So I frankly doubt anybody's seen this particular product anywhere, and I doubt if it's anywhere online other than where it's sold that you can get a feeling for it. So as with so many things, I will have follow-ups on them, give you my personal opinion of what it has done for me, and that way we'll have a better insight if it's something that you should particularly purchase in the long run. But hopefully this has been very informative. It's very interesting. I don't know of any other chakra balancing energy tools out there. And as you said, this works by particular Hertzian frequencies to affect that. And I guess they somehow figured this out, that each chakra puts out this kind of Hertzian frequency, which really is not good science, but I'm sure these frequencies, which are Hertzian in nature, are ballpark and should help. Until next time.